Hi, and welcome to another episode of The Courtney Show. I'm your host, Karen. Just kidding, I'm Courtney. The Courtney Show is for business owners who don't take themselves too seriously, but today we're going to talk about a serious subject, negativity. Negativity. So yeah, should be cool. Now, some negativity just comes with the territory if you're a business owner. The more visibility you get, both online and in the outside world, the more feedback you get. Feedback is a euphemism for rude people sometimes say to you on the internet because literally anyone can say anything to anyone if they have an internet connection. Now, of course, not all feedback is bad. If the source sharing that feedback is doing it from a place of love or respect, then it might deserve our consideration. But what about when it's not? Or what about when we're not sure? Almost daily, I get questions from my students asking how to respond to feedback, to a mean tweet, a rude Facebook post, a strongly worded email, and whether that feedback is coming from a friend, a family member, a follower, or an internet troll. What's an internet troll? In fairy tales, trolls hide beneath bridges to wreak havoc. Similarly, internet trolls hide behind their computers to say snarky things that they would never have the courage to say in person. And wreak havoc. And if you've been in business for a bit, then no doubt you have also encountered trolls before. But when you receive that, what's the best thing to do? How do you process that feedback? When is it best to ignore, delete, or respond? You're in luck because I have a simple filter I'm going to share with you in just a moment. But first, I'm going to turn it over to some friends of mine because you should know if you've received negativity online before or in person, you are not alone. In fact, you're in good company.
Jill, you're an idiot. You. I make more money than you do at my 9 to 5. That most certainly is not true.
Warning, you're full of eat a That was my favorite.
Shame that. I thought manifesting was for humans, not just for angry and frustrated women. I'm so very disappointed. Sorry, Tim. I'm sorry you bought a book called Get Rich Lucky Bitch. Maybe I'll write my Get Rich Lucky Dude book next.
Do you have a husband? I do, and we've been married 10 years. Pretty much it doesn't have anything to do with this Facebook ad that you're commenting on, though.
I liked the concept enough, but her voice, OMG, so grating. Now I need to go wash my ears out with soap. That won't fix my voice, Karen.
Caitlin, stop telling me what to do. I won't stop.
I tried. I listened to 3 episodes. It felt like amateurs pretending to be in the big leagues. I'll gladly listen to an amateur. We can all learn from each other. It's the pretending to be more that you actually are I can't tolerate.
Hey, you seem like a nice person and all, but I just want you to know that I think all marketing is total. Also, how old are you anyway? You're probably like 10 or something, right? Do you know how to do anything but tweet?
Barf. This book reads like a life coach wrote it because one did.
Your classes are slow and not direct enough. And you go off on tangents a lot. It's infuriating. Well, see, here's the thing that I feel about tangents.
I would advise Tyler to proofread his emails, and there are several grammatica errors. If he wants to be a true marketer and get potentials, no errors should be in his emails.
Super connector. The only thing I'd like to connect is my fist to your face. Thanks.
I As you can see, you're not alone. So let's unpack this suitcase of negativity and get to the root of it all. If you are receiving negativity, that's good. In fact, you should celebrate. Yes, even if you are receiving rude, ugly comments. Because why? The reality is in business, over half the battle is visibility. You might be the best at what you do in all the world, but if you're not visible, if no one notices you, it doesn't really matter. Now, of course, we want the right people to notice you, but if that means we get a little negativity along the way, that's okay. It's not all bad. It means we're being seen. We can work with that. And of course, good marketing should both attract and repel. You want to attract the right and repel the wrong. And if you're actively attracting and repelling, your followers will actually sort themselves for you and help you figure out whether they're going to be a potential customer or a potential pain in the ass. Now, of course, sometimes those who are repelled are a little bit louder or use angrier emojis. Well, that's okay. That's reality, because you can't really have one without at least a little bit of the other, and sometimes a lot of the other. Case in point.
Paige Filliater is a witch. She cast a spell on me, and 3 of my contracts fell through. Yeah, the spell is called your at business.
Who is really paying that much for a hair bow? There are places on Etsy selling bows for like $4. Get a life.
You look like a clown.
You're annoying and no one cares. Well, Kevin, you clearly cared enough to comment in all caps on my Facebook ad.
I won't buy from you. You video is major suck.
This girl is really annoying, but her content is on point. Thank you.
I'm sure the content is great, ... But I just can't get past the fact that she sounds like a 1-900 sex operator, period. And all the giggles.
I have a better idea. No download needed. Choose Jesus. Beware, this is another scheme of the devil. Repent or perish.
You, Screw the 9 to 5. You guys are a bunch of greedy Whoa.
Somebody popular online is a scam artist. Emoji. Like, at least they called me popular.
I wanted Kyla to email me personally, reply to me personally, and give me a personal action plan. She has nothing of value to share here at all.
I don't know who you think you are, but your language choices are not welcome in my inbox, much less my subject lines. I didn't even read your email. I wish you luck. As a Christian, you may not speak to me like that. I will unsubscribe and put you on a prayer list. Well, she's adding me to her prayer list for using the word pissed in an email subject line. Just wait till she finds out that I sleep with men.
Now, before we decide whether we need to ignore, delete, or respond to a potentially negative comment, I have a few negativity non-negotiables I want to share with you. Negativity non-negotiable number 1. If the negative comment is about or directed towards a child or a person with an intellectual disability, that comment is deleted and that poster gets banned. No exceptions. Ever. Negativity non-negotiable number 2. If the negative comment is about something that someone can't control, like their speaking voice or their physical appearance, that comment and poster gets banned and deleted. Listen, we're not thirsty for haterade around here. So, in the words of T. Swift, we shake it off. After first banning and deleting that person, of course. Negativity non-negotiable number 3. If the negative comment uses hate speech, excessive profanity, or has threats of physical violence, we delete, block, and ban, but we take one more step. We screenshot that comment and keep it in a special folder. By special, I mean just in case you need proof of that troll. For later, as evidence. Because the internet is scary, y'all, and you just never know. So that's that. For our negativity non-negotiables, we have a strict zero tolerance policy. Now that we've got that heavy stuff out of the way, let's talk about those other times. Those times when the perceived negative feedback maybe just might deserve our consideration. We want to uncover whether they are a troll or a truth teller. First, consider that their original tone or intent might be lost in translation or text. That's when I use a simple filter. I just ask myself, self, who is saying this and why might they be saying it? Let's unpack that first one. Who might be saying this? Is it a stranger who doesn't know you or really care about you? Or is it a friend, a follower, or a family member? Friends, family, or followers, they will usually know you pretty well. They typically will care about you. They might even love you. That doesn't mean that everything they say is overflowing with grace 100% of the time. Nobody's perfect. Except for Hike. He's perfect. Now, let's get back to that second question. Why might they be saying it? A friend maybe is coming on a bit too strong. Is it a family member who loves you and they're looking out for you, however gracelessly they might be doing it? Or is it a follower who cares about what you're putting out there? They want to give you feedback to ultimately improve what you're doing. While you might wish they hadn't given that feedback in a public forum, that doesn't necessarily mean that feedback should be disregarded. Sometimes the best advice, commentary, and perspectives can come from unsolicited feedback. So don't just rule it out because it's not what you want to hear. But you already knew that. If you see an ad for a product in your newsfeed and you only see positive comments, don't you get a little bit suspicious? With a barrage of positive comments, it makes you wonder, is the product really that good? Or did somebody get trigger happy with the delete button? But publicly responding to feedback from one follower actually fosters goodwill with your other followers, like digital brownie points. It shows that you care, that you will consider reasonable requests, and it shows that you're in it for them, not just for yourself, and that you care about improving your products, your services, and your content. On the flip side, sometimes a person's intentions aren't so noble. Maybe it's not coming from a helpful place. People might be bored, bitter, or jealous. Anyone can say anything from the comfort of a keyboard. And success can be majorly triggering for people. It reminds them of what they're not being successful in. But that's on them, not you. I get that this can be hard though, and our feelings can get hurt in the process. So I recommend channeling Coco Chanel on this one, and just think to yourself, as she would say, I don't care what you think about me. I don't think about you at all. Now, if you choose to respond, consider this. That negative Nancy or that trolly McTrollerson might just be having a day, a week, a month, a year. Heck, maybe their whole life is a little bit at the moment. So don't meet negativity with more negativity. That doesn't help anyone. Trolls crave negativity and they can't be satisfied. The more they get, the more they'll want. Or like Mark Twain would say, never argue with an idiot. They'll only drag you down to their level and beat you with experience. So skip the arguing. Don't get defensive. Instead, extend some grace. It's a renewable resource, and it costs you nothing in the long run. Now, grace doesn't mean kowtowing. Grace could simply be ignoring. But whatever form it takes, trolls can't process grace, so it's the quickest way to shut them down. Or, like it says in Proverbs 9:8, haters gonna hate. Okay, it doesn't really say that, but it's like real close. But if you choose to respond, extend a little grace. Kill them with kindness. No, not kill, as in murder. Simply shut them down. Like this.
Stop saying like and stop shouting and whooping, and I might listen to you. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Worst book ever. After reading only 3 pages, I was sick and tired of the offensive language that this writer seemed to think was necessary, so I deleted this book. Sorry, Jason.
3 questions. He's prolific. Do we care what she's talking about? Has she ever even had a business? Does she still live at home with her parents? How did he know?
Great article, but I recommend checking for spelling and type O's before sending. Proofread would be my advice.
I actually put a book in front of you when you start your videos, so I do not see it. Once the intro is over and you are your beautiful self again, I enjoy seeing you, so I remove the book. I like the dance party at the beginning of your videos, only the grimaces are off-putting. I'm actually glad the course is more natural, and I still have a book to put in front of your face because I do not like watching.
Whatever you hipster loser wannabe, get the out of my news feed. I'll do my very best because you're the exact person I want to go after.
I need to know if you have a knowledge base and if you use videos or words and photos. I hate videos, especially with music in the background.
I wonder what her children will think of this photo when they start school. Love you too, Grandma.
Will you shut the up already? You're pathetic. Rude.
You need Jesus. Probably.
Can you please stop laughing? Seriously, are you drunk right now? Well, maybe.
So, to recap, when you are encountering negativity online, feel free to ban, delete, block, and move on. That's your prerogative. But don't delete your detractors simply because you don't like what they're saying. You will lose integrity with your audience and you might miss an opportunity to learn something. If in doubt, remember the 2 questions from before. Who is asking this question and why are they asking it? That'll help you sort the trolls from the truth tellers. And of course, if you do choose to respond, do it with grace. It costs you nothing. And in the long run, you will never regret taking the high road.
You have smelly feet.
Thanks for that feedback.
You don't know anything about the internet.
I am extending you grace.
You're a I don't know where you get off. You're a
Don't miss a minute of the magic. To be notified when new episodes of The Courtney Show are released, you can do 3 things right now. First, like our page. Then, click on See First to be sure you don't miss us in your newsfeed. And finally, visit thecourtneyshow.com to subscribe for updates. See you next week.